What's up, guys? It's been a long time since I haven't made a video, but I decided, you know what, I'm playing retail, so why not try and make a video at least. Um, 5.4 is coming out in 2 days, to be precise, and I'm so excited because they're making so many changes to Warriors. I don't know, guys. I'm excited, but at the same time, one of the problems I've had with Warriors throughout Mist of Pandaria, of course, is that they're very RNG based. If you want to create some pressure, you gotta go in, Moral Strike, Colossus Smash, Slam, and if none of those crit, you don't create pressure. But if, let's say, you use Colossus Smash and then your Moral Strike and Slam crits, you might create some very good, serious pressure. However, this patch, they want to counter that by pretty much buffing Slam and also buffing Deep Wounds. And as you can see, they haven't told us yet, but Moral Strike, a vicious strike that deals 215% weapon damage. I don't know if they're going to write that into the patch notes, but that's a hidden change. I haven't seen that change, like seriously. I looked on the PTR notes and this is a secret change, which is really highly appreciated. However, if warriors like crit 3 abilities in a row, let's say they crit 2 slams and a Moral Strike, then you're pretty much dead when they have all their cooldowns up. I'm not gonna go over the changes. I'm sure most of you guys saw the changes for yourself. If not, just go ahead and to their official Blizzard website and just go ahead and check it out. The changes are there and you can read them for yourself. However, I just want to talk about how warriors are going to be in 5.4 and what comps, how are their plate style gonna change and everything. So let's get to it. First of all, we're gonna figure out the talents and why some of those talents you may want to change, some of them you may not. So since they buffed Bladestorm, everybody's saying, oh, go Bladestorm, it's a no-brainer. But a lot of people are also saying to stay Shockwave. Now, I think both of them are viable. A lot of people, like the high XP warriors, are probably going to say Shockwave, just a no-brainer. But think about it. Let's say you're going to play with Holy Paladin and a DK. Because TSG, that's the comp name by the way, Warrior, Unholy DK, Paladin, or just any healer really. TSG is going to be very viable next patch. Think about it. I think Holy Paladins are getting buffed. I'm not quite sure though. Warriors are getting buffed and DKs are getting buffed. And since they buffed Bladestorm, you're going to help your DK do a lot of AoE damage. If you can get everyone close to each other, get a Recklessness Bladestorm out there, with your DK's aids raping everybody at the same time, you might just get 3 kills in a row. You're like, okay, let's kill the Warlock, and you just kill the whole team without even noticing. It's gonna be that good. So with the teams such as TSG, you might want to go Bladestorm, because think about it, the DK already has Strangulate and the Paladin already has Hodge. So 2 stuns, you know, another stun, not really that useful because they DR with each other. So you don't want DRs. DRs are just fucking annoying. Now Safeguard, a lot of people are saying Spell Reflection. I understand them. But Vigilance, since they buffed it, he no longer transfers the damage to you. He's no longer like a sack. It's basically just 12 seconds of pure damage mitigation, 30%. It's basically like a PS, but it doesn't reduce 40%, it reduces 30%. I guess it would attract more people's attention if it was 40%, but 30% is still, if you think about it, pretty damn high. A lot of people you're going to play versus are not even going to notice you used Vigilance on your friend. So they're just going to keep attacking him even though they're not doing any damage. It's going to be very useful. I don't know in which comps. I guess like if you're playing versus a Red Paladin Hunter, then you might want to go this one. You really might want to. Because let's say you're playing Red Paladin, Hunter, Priest. Just go for Vigilance. Trust me. Mass Reflection, as a Priest you might want to... what? When you're fighting a priest, what can you use? Mass Reflect. Maybe Mind Controls, but who uses Mind Control in 3v3, right? But versus, like, let's say if you're facing a Druid, then Mass Reflection is gonna come very handy because you can Mass Reflect those Cyclones being cast on your teammates, which is gonna be very useful. Safeguard, yeah, it's a 30-second cooldown, 20%, reduced damage for 6 seconds. it's, you know, not really that good. 6 seconds only of 20% damage mitigation is not good. Just stick with Intervene. Since now Intervene breaks roots, you don't need this anymore. And the Bloodbath and Stormbolt changes. Bloodbath, I don't even have to say that changed. It's worthless. But Stormbolt, 3 seconds instead of 4 seconds. Very useful. Like, let's say if you're playing with a Warlock and a Druid, then go Stormbolt. Maybe you want to stick with Bladestorm because Warlock's dots and your Bladestorm is going to do a lot of damage. By the way, just don't forget to use Sweeping Strikes before your Bladestorm because that's going to increase your damage by a lot. So yeah, pick Bladestorm and Stormbolt so you can get more CC out there. But not to mention that Bladestorm or Avatar or Bladestorm and Bloodbath, I've heard some people saying Bladestorm Bloodbath is pretty good. So you might want to try that out. Like, let's say if you're playing as Warlock, Warrior, Shaman, or Warlock, Warrior, Druid, whatever. Bloodbath Bladestorm, you know, it's going to be very viable. Those bleeds are going to do a lot of damage, and, you know, your Bladestorm already does a lot of damage, so. But Bladestorm Avatar, I'm sure you can wreck something really quick. However, I don't think this combination is, like, super useful. Or if you just, you know, want to stay old school Warrior, you can stay Shockwave Avatar or Shockwave Bloodbath. They're both good. Like, you can choose whatever you want. So that covers the talents. Now let's talk about team compositions. Since 5.1, Blizzard just pretty much raped Warriors in the ass, which, you know, we kind of deserved it. Warriors were so OP in 5.1. They were the best class. A lot of people say, this was the best classes. I think Warriors were the best class in 5.1. Not joking. Yeah, there's always going to be someone who's saying, S class was better. I won't argue with you. I didn't play 5.1, but I'm sure I watched a lot of videos and a lot of friends told me how 5.1 was, so yeah. Taste for Blood, 5.1, increases your Heroic Strike damage by 300%? Blizzard, what are you thinking? God. But yeah, we got raped in the ass, and I'm not saying that 5.3 Warriors are bad, but almost every class is better in that patch. Like, think about it. Warlocks are better, no-brainer. Mages are better, no-brainer. Rats do a lot of damage. Hunters, pretty much the flavor of the month. Elemental Shamans, I'm not even gonna go out there. Yeah, maybe rogues, maybe, maybe rogues and monks were, really close to warriors, They weren't that super effective. But still, warriors weren't, like, super good, unless you got that 100k crit execute, but when do you crit with execute, seriously? So, since they've did that, they've nerfed us, warriors are really... They still have a lot of comps to choose from. Especially KFC was the best, and with a mage or Kitty Cleave, still good, but a lot of high-rated people will not play with you. I've tried finding Glads or, 2400 players. I just couldn't find them in trade chat. Even though I've tried, like, let's say I just wanted a 2k healer. I saw a 2k healer in trade chat. I wanted to play with him because, I couldn't find anybody to play with. And guess what? He didn't want to play with me. And you know why? Because I was a warrior. That's exactly what he said. And I can understand them. When people want to push rating, they want to go for the best comp there is. And, I get it. But this patch, guys, make sure as soon as the patch hits, you find a team and you push rating. You know why? Because, I don't know, I'm pretty scared that, people will think warriors are OP at the beginning of the patch and everyone's going to want to play with you. But then, it's slowly going to die down. And, you're going to be like, oh, you're just as good as a red paladin or a hunter. I mean, I think hunters are still going to be on top. I'm not quite sure, though. Oh, by the way, except execute buff. It still hits a little bit more harder than slam. But it hits so close, like... Sometimes you just want to use slam over execute. It's pretty weird. I don't know, sometimes slam execute hits for a lot. Or maybe it got hiddenly, secretly changed. And it got buffed without even telling us, but I'm not quite sure though. Alright, so finally getting into team compositions. Since, you're getting buffed, a lot of the classes are getting buffed also, you're getting more team compositions out there. As I said in the beginning, TSG is going to be king. It's going to be very, very useful to play with next patch. So find a DK, find a healer, and just tell them, guys, we're going to play next patch. We're going to get 2200 or 2400 or go glad. But don't expect high results. This is what I always tell my friends. Don't expect high results from... You might think your class is OP in the fucking PTR, but when live hits, you know, you might see some nerfs or... You know, it's still the PTR. I think those are the final changes, but sure, you can still expect some changes. Yeah, another one is, of course, Warlock, Warrior Druid, or Warlock, Warrior Shaman. Because Warlocks are getting buffed. Yeah, they're nerfing Gateway. Yeah, no more Kill Jaden's Cunning, or whatever it's called. But there are a lot. There are 2 Demon Souls. That's going to be very good. First, you know, you're going to use Bloodbath, Bladestorm in the beginning when he has a Demon Soul up. And then you save your Recklessness for the second Demon Soul later in the game. I don't know how much pressure that's going to create, but in my head, that's going to be a lot of pressure right there. So yeah, cleave teams like TSG and with the Warlock, it's going to be pretty good. What else? KFC, no-brainer. That's been good like since Wrath of the Lich King, if not since Burning Crusade. I always run with the Hunter. It's the damage is so incredible. Like, wow. Mages, yeah. Still a good comp, but I don't think that it's gonna be better than with Warlock or with DK, so don't expect high results. I don't think we're still gonna start playing with Reds, because I don't know, Reds and Warrior don't make such a good combo. They're basically just putting 2 warriors. Like, let's say you're playing with Druid healer, and you play with also with the Red. Well then, the Red just resembles a warrior in so many ways. Like, you don't want to have 2 warriors. Oh, by the way, 2 warriors. Mancleave. Is this gonna come back? I've seen a lot of double warrior and 2s, and they both use Recklessness, Avatar, and Bladestorm at the same time. Stuff goes down so quickly. Like, yeah, it's a laugh out loud comp, but I think you can hit 2k or even 2.2k if you're feeling lucky as Mancleave. So yeah, Warriors are looking pretty good next patch. As far as gemming, I think still Critical Strike is the best choice. However, we might see gemming Strength, because your Slam is gonna hit more, and all of our abilities is gonna hit more. But if they crit, dude, if they crit, oh my god, that's gonna create some serious pressure. So I think Critical Strike is still gonna be the best. DPS trinkets, PvP trinkets are getting buffed, increases your resilience. I don't know much about the PvE trinkets. I heard they're pretty OP. I've tested out them myself, but I don't see like them being OP as much. You have to like save Recklessness until finally, you know, you get that 50% critical strike chance trinket and pop Rec at the same time. Everything crits and everything's dying, but I don't know, guys. I don't know if PvE trinkets are going to be that good because they're buffing PvP trinkets by the looks of it. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning into the video. This is my opinion, so don't think, oh, you're wrong. Maybe I am wrong, maybe I'm not wrong, but we'll see when the patch hits. I'm really excited for patch 5.4. I think they're doing some good changes, but also some bad changes. Like, I've heard they're increasing kill command damage. Like, what? I thought a kill command already crit for like 70k. Why would you want it to crit even more? God, just buff, I don't know, Steady Shot or Cobra Shot, because those things are not doing much damage. Just, if you're looking to buff the Hunter, I don't know, buff his survivability or something. I don't know, but don't buff its damage. Damage is good enough. Oh, especially don't buff the pet damage, because kill command, for me, it's buffing the pet damage, which is fucking annoying. Alright guys, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and comment to tell your own opinion. If you guys liked it like really a lot, you can favorite or even share it, but I'm not gonna force you to do anything. Just, if you don't like the video, just dislike it. But anyway, yeah, if you guys liked it, I'm going to probably make a new video on patch day and tell you how warriors really are, because as soon as the patch hits, I'm gonna test it out. Maybe not in arenas, because I don't think arenas are gonna come up for like 1 or 2 weeks, which is a shame. But I'm gonna test it out in BGs, and we're gonna do some more games to see how things are going. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning into my video, guys. So I'll see you next time.